achieved.
Hey. Welcome into Studio de Jefre, where today I got about a 3-pack, maybe a 4-pack of Cowboy Nuggets for you. We've got the names of pretty much the entire coaching staff now. It may be the entire coaching staff now that the Cowboys are going to have going forward. And I want to tell you about my favorite new Cowboys assistant coach, as well as we do have some draft nuggets. One of you yesterday on the video asked about the linebackers in this class. So I got a lot of stuff to get to here on today's video. Remember, you can leave in the comments whatever it is that you would like to talk about in tomorrow's video. That makes it a content-rich environment. If you just contribute and let me know what you want to talk about, it helps me out and it helps you out, and then everybody gets what they want. And we're all happy, right? Yay! All right. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Make sure you turn on the notifications as well so that you don't miss anything when it comes out. You want to stay ahead of the game, don't you? Also, 1053thefan.com every day. Keep you up to date with the entire sports world. So I want to start with one of the newest Cowboy assistant coaches. If my laptop wants to work for me, come on, give me a mouse. Don't worry, guys. This happens all the time. I've successfully broken my laptop, and at some point, it'll come alive. Screw it. I don't need a laptop. I have the one web page that I'm on that I can scroll up and down. So my new favorite Cowboys assistant head coach, his name is Rob Davis, and he's the assistant head coach of the Dallas Cowboys now, and he has no on-field responsibility that I'm aware of. I mean, sure, he can help out if he needs to, but from my understanding of the guy, I love that he's there because let's talk background of Rob Davis. He was a long snapper for Green Bay in 96 to 2007. I like long snappers. Long snappers are good. If I ever have a child, that child will be a long snapper because I'm pretty sure that's a skill I can develop. If we don't do anything else in sports, we will go in the backyard and we will snap a football far and fast over and over. And then my kid will have a 12-year NFL career making league minimum, which will net him like $8 to $10 million. It's going to be glorious. Maybe more than that. Probably more than that. Long snappers are great. But Rob Davis, he was the long snapper. Then he was the director of player personnel for the Packers from 2008 to 2017. And since then, what's he been doing? He's been working in the private corporate sector, assisting with operational excellence and leadership development. Here's a quote from him on DallasCowboys.com. Most of my playing career has been in the life coaching space, or post-playing career, has been in the life coaching space, trying to develop high-performing teams, develop young men into better men and better players. We're going to start there. Randall Cobb, by the way, walked by and goes, that man's a legend. I love this because I think this is really important. Even if you only care about the on-field product, which I don't, I care about the people. So I love that they have a guy that has a track record of developing people and that's going to be an emphasis in the Cowboys organization. I love that. But my favorite part about it is another thing that he talks about. I love this quote from Rob Davis. Players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And to me, that's something that Greg Popovich is one of the guys that strikes me as one of the best in that space where, yeah, I'm going to play hard because I want to get a contract. I want to be in the league. I want my money. I want all of that. But if you want to bring the best out of someone, let them know that you're invested in their success and that you care about it. And they have a guy that's going to do that. And I love that also because he mentions this. The NFL can provide a lot of distractions for these young men coming into the league. Most of us come from humble beginnings, middle class, all the way down to poverty. And sometimes this can be pretty big for us when we walk into the NFL. Most of us don't care, right? We're not rich. Why would we feel bad for somebody who suddenly gets rich at a young age? Well, there's a lot of trappings involved in that. And around the NFL, there's been a ton of trappings, some involving Dallas Cowboys, where you might think that people are looking out for your best interests, and they're not. They're looking out for their own best interests. They can make money off you. There's a lot of shady dealings that goes on when young people get a bunch of money and may not be surrounded with the right people. So having somebody who's officially part of the Cowboys and with a title that's pretty darn high up there, an assistant head coach, I love the Rob Davis hire. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now let's see if I can make my laptop work. There we go. Let's see. What else was my next topic today? Let's see. Some of the questions that people were asking. Oh, no. Before we get to that. Man, the final nail in Byron Jones' coffin. We got that, didn't we? Byron Jones ain't going to be back unless he is cheap. John Machota on Twitter yesterday, the Cowboys assistant coaches had media availability. So a lot of the assistant coaches are out there talking to the media. You ask a bunch of questions, and we get to find out what they're all about. And this Mike Nolan story that he tells about Troy Aikman, he says, Troy once told him, I'm not really concerned with throwing at a corner that I know is just going to knock the ball down. I throw incompletions all the time. But when I throw at Dion, I got to be concerned about a pick six. So it could just be an overarching theme of they're worried about forcing turnovers. They want to force turnovers and take the ball away, something the Cowboys have been bad at for, a decade now? And that's awesome to want that to be the focus. But that's also Byron Jones doesn't get interceptions. Byron Jones' value is in that when quarterbacks throw at him, they don't get many yards. They don't get many completions. Their expected result isn't very good. It's a lot better when they look elsewhere. Byron Jones is very, very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. He's a really good cover corner, and he's going to make somebody really happy on his next contract. But to me, it sounds like there is no way that next team is going to be the Dallas Cowboys after Will McClay talking about Byron and didn't commit to bringing him back and was talking about, oh, yeah, he's a starting quality player. And now Mike Nolan is talking about the emphasis on turnovers and causing incompletions isn't a big deal. I mean, that's just a story. It's just a quote from Aikman. It doesn't mean they don't value it. I'll tell you what, I value it. If you have a corner on your football team that when quarterbacks throw at him, they average 6 yards per attempt, I want that corner, especially when my other ones are allowing 9 and 10 yards per attempt. I want that corner. But it doesn't sound like the Cowboys are going to prioritize that with money. And I'm not going to mention that they spent bad money on a linebacker or a running back. I'm just going to move forward and pretend that it's okay, that corner is a valuable position, and they're just going to let a good one walk without having a good replacement plan. I'm not going to talk about that. Please tag Byron Jones. I don't care which tag. Franchise, transition. Don't let the secondary fall apart on me. Don't do that. Please and thank you. Okay. Now, from yesterday's video, people who commented that wanted to talk about different things. Rob Ruiz, he said, Jeff, any good linebackers coming out besides Isaiah Simmons from Clemson? Looking forward to your takes. Thanks, buddy. Okay, Rob. Yes, one of them, I don't like to show off my T-shirts often. By the way, I'm a fan of any college football team that people give me a T-shirt for, so give me a T-shirt if you want to. But OU's got a linebacker. Kenneth Murray's really good, too. I wouldn't be surprised if 3 linebackers go in the first round, and there may be more. I'm still early on the linebacker tape. But Clemson's Isaiah Simmons obviously is a first-round pick. He should go in the top 10. Kenneth Murray at Oklahoma is another dude that's really athletic, sideline to sideline, good blitzer, all the athleticism you could possibly want to be a coverage guy. I think Kenneth Murray, there's a decent chance he goes in the first round. And then Patrick Queen at LSU, he had a great championship game, and then when you go watch him play, he is tough. He's athletic. He's physical. He's tough. He's not perfect, him and Kenneth Murray. I've got some things that I could nitpick about both of those guys, and maybe we'll get to that at a later date. But, yeah, I think there's at least 3 linebackers that'll be first-round picks. David Pence, yesterday I was talking about the idea of taking Henry Ruggs and dropping 40 burgers on people, and he said too bad wide receivers don't typically translate well in their first year in the NFL. I guess I would wonder what your standard is for translate well, because last year A.J. Brown was over 1,000 yards as a rookie. Terry McLaurin, if he stayed healthy, would have been over 1,000 yards, and that's a second-round pick. And was McLaurin a third, maybe even a fourth? DK Metcalf, second-round pick, had a big rookie year. Hollywood Brown and Mecole Hardman had good rookie years based on their situation and what was asked of them. So I disagree. Calvin Ridley and DJ Moore 2 years ago were good as rookies. You can get production from a rookie. Shoot, Amari Cooper, Michael Thomas, Odell Beckham. You can get good production out of rookie wide receivers. And then W space E space D space O. We do. Honestly, I don't want a Florida cornerback. Quincy Wilson, Tease Tabor, Vernon Hargraves were all supposed to be beasts in the NFL. Last good Florida cornerback was Joe Hayden. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're going to eliminate so many good players for no reason. Every individual player is just an individual player. Ignore the helmet. There are going to be guys from tiny schools that I'm willing to take where most people look at it and be like, I don't want a player from that school. Don't associate a position with a school and then say, oh, I don't want that guy. Just evaluate the individual player because everyone is different. The fact that Mo Claiborne didn't necessarily live up to where he was drafted doesn't mean I don't want Christian Fulton. Not at all. Wisconsin running backs. I'll take Jonathan Taylor, like the third round, but I'll take Jonathan Taylor, and I think he'll be good in the NFL. Don't do that. That's all I ask, is just don't do that. All right, I'll catch you guys on the radio a little bit later on today, here in just a little bit. And I'm going to keep working through these prospects. So there will be a lot of draft content coming your way right here on 1053thefan.com and on my YouTube channel. And I love you guys.